Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. I hope everybody's having a great day. We're giving you all the information on stocks all around the clock, talking about AMC down 5.6% today. We have an important metric to really share with you guys that is bringing probably fear among many investors, especially on the retail side, as those investors and loyal shareholders have really been beaten down over and over and over again in the previous few months, as AMC has lost 80% of its valuation in order for AMC to try to gain some liquidity. Now, this metric that we're going to be talking about is bringing fear to these investors, and what we're seeing right here is some sell-off, down about 5.6%. So if you're new to the channel, we're doing daily updates on AMC, other stocks too, of course. If you want to see other stocks, leave it down in the comments, but hit that like button. I appreciate you guys a lot for watching. Subscribe, and of course, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just collecting a bunch of news on stock, reporting it, and try to gather information and start a discussion with you guys. So do your own research, of course. Let's get into the video. Enough of that mumbo jumble. AMC down 5.6%, closes at $7.70. Now, if we look, or if you are newer into AMC stock, especially with what's happening right now, kind of bringing some more stock interest into the actual AMC company, recently we've gone through the reverse stock split. If you had 10 shares, now you have one. You had the APE units, these preferred stocks that were converted to common stock, and you have AMC that sells 40 million shares due to a cash liquidity crunch, trying to raise money, trying to avoid bankruptcy. So AMC right now is looking at these charts and at their decisions is not really in the best place. I think everybody can agree with that. But where it is right now is technically at 77 cents before the reverse stock. So we got to keep that in mind, especially as AMC is at these record lows. The question is this an buy the dip situation where there's a great opportunity here, or is AMC too far gone? Is it going to become bankrupt, and is it too much, and is it way too speculative a play for anybody to get into? Now, that's the question we're going to be talking about, and especially with this future metric and the metric that we're going to be talking about here in a second, there could be possibly some manipulation happening behind the sides. Now, allegedly, talking about that, of course, this is not a guarantee. We don't know. We talked about this before, naked short selling, and especially with AMC, an interesting point that we do want to take, and that's bringing a lot of interest into the stock, is these failure to deliver rates are sky high. And what we have seen in just the month of August, last month, were failure to deliver rates around 70% of the entirety of the August trading volume. Now, this brings concern to a lot of people, especially we're seeing people like on Fox TV, as this failure to deliver, this means in actual numbers and quantitatively that 264 million out of approximately 380 million shares had not been able to be delivered back to the brokerages. And when a trader really can't return what they borrowed, this indicates these insufficiencies at play. And with that being said, these could suggest naked short selling right now. Naked short selling is illegal and a very strategic and sophisticated type of play where these institutional investors, they can basically create fake shares and allowing them to short more than the outstanding float at any point in time. This can beat down a stock over and over and over again, theoretically driving it to a lower valuation and bring profit to the short seller since they're shorting it. Now, like I said, there's no indication that this is 100% happening, but the narrative becomes more popular, especially when we're seeing these sky-high failure to deliver rates. And it's interesting to see, especially as we have seen this type of trading in the past with other types of stocks. Now, talking about where AMC is on a financial perspective is a whole different story, because if we look at AMC and especially at their financial obstacles, we even have Adam Aron really acknowledging some setbacks within the whole movie-going industry. And with that being said, we've seen this with Barbie, especially in Oppenheimer, these movies that are bringing lots of revenue to AMC, he still says are well below these 2019 pre-pandemic levels, and acknowledge that even with the Hollywood strikes, this is making it far worse. And basically also says that the risk materially increases if they are running out of cash in 2024 or 2025, that it's unable to raise capital equity. So the question is, if they run more into these liquidity crunches, what are they going to do? Most likely, what I'm seeing, or in my opinion, is further dilute the stock. We see Adam Aron was able to sell those 40 million shares to raise cash balances, why won't they just sell more if they want to, or further dilute it if they're trying to raise more liquidity and avoid bankruptcy? They've done it once, why don't they just do it again? So this is where it can be very speculative, where AMC, yes, you had the Taylor Swift movie that's coming out in October 13th right here for the Eras Tour. But with that being said, and that's likely going to bring sky record sales. We've seen it with the pre-ticket sales to AMC. It's already smashed records. Lots of revenue is going to be coming for this box office. Likely they could have good revenue outputs, but does this leave it at a short-term play rather than a long-term investment? Because you could have these pop-ups here where people could take advantage, and profit taking is really important, and profit taking is essential, not to hold it on to forever, because what can happen is they say, hey, we're going to sell more, or we're facing bankruptcy, and AMC can tank in the matter of seconds. What's important to acknowledge here is AMC is a very volatile stock, and to really be, especially with these speculative plays, be willing to lose 100% of the money that you are putting your basically hard-earned money into. This is not some index fund. This is a speculative play that is trading off of emotion, trading off of momentum, trading off of lots of media, news, and trendiness, and also could be trading off of some manipulation for as far as we know. So I really just urge you guys to be cautious. But with those failure to deliver rates, I want to know, what is your opinion? And we've seen many analysts that are rating AMC at these different types of price targets. We've seen this as high as $45. Now, I think that's quite a little bit insane on my end, especially what AMC has recently gone through with the cash reserves that they do have on hand, and we've seen some metrics at about like the mid-teens. Now that's possible. Some fair values are basically at 864, but AMC right now is trying to find its grounding. So there could be a lot of volatility ahead. Right now, I think if you're not into AMC, keeping out of the watch list wouldn't hurt you. This stock could come down even a little bit more, and it could go back up. There's going to be lots of volatility, I think, around that Taylor Swift movie. So we'll be keeping you guys updated, especially everything that we find out or to public knowledge. We'll be keeping you guys informed. So take care, peace out, and I'll catch you guys later. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.